I know my background is different. I'm in my office. This is the green screen that I use for work. Anyway, I have my second screen up and I wanted to read something a story that I think will bless you guys. And this is a story that I have to constantly revisit and read for inspiration, just to remind myself that I ain't that bad. Keep moving forward. And if you don't know me, hi, my name is Mayya, and I am your host of Motivation and Muscles with Mayya. Okay, all right, she coming. She coming. Okay. So, yes, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to read this story to you. It's called The Cracked Pot. Have you heard of this story? It's a fable, so it's not a true story, but the message is powerful. So I have my second screen up. I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you guys. So it's called The Cracked Pot. A water bearer in China had two large pots, each hung on the ends of a pole which he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water. At the end of the long walk from the stream to the house, the cracked pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years, this went on daily, with the bearer delivering only 1.5 pots full of water to his home. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, perfect for which it was made, but the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years of what it perceived to be a bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. I'm ashamed of myself. This is the pot speaking. I'm ashamed of myself because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to your house. The bearer said to the pot, "Did you notice that there were flowers only on your side of the path, but not on the other pot side? That's because I have always known about your flaw. And I planted flower seeds on your side of the path. And every day while we walk back, you've watered them. For 2 years, I have been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my table with. Without you being just the way you are, there would not be this beauty to grace my home." So, every time I read that story, I get a little choked up, right? And there are many, many different variations of this story. So I'm sure you've probably heard it before. But I just want to remind you that even your cracks and flaws that in your own head are just huge, someone else is looking at your cracks and flaws as potential, as beautiful. Sometimes, you're needed and wanted just for those flaws. Give yourself grace. There is something awesome and beautiful about every last one of you. Stop focusing so much on your imperfections. We need to stop doing that. And even with me as a bodybuilder, I'm constantly looking at myself. I'm constantly being looked at. I'm constantly critiquing myself, and I'm constantly being critiqued. But I have to remember that God loves me just the way I am, and God loves you just the way you are. And don't let anyone tell you different. There is something beautiful about your cracks, as we can see in the story. The cracked pot was miserable and hated the fact that he could not deliver a full pot of water. But that's okay. By the water leaking out, that pot was able to water flowers along that route. So the crack in that pot was necessary. It was necessary. How else would the flowers get what it needs? So give yourself grace. Be gentle. We are so harsh to ourselves, and we're more harsh to ourselves than anyone else could ever be to us. And I'm speaking from experience. So I am choosing joy. I am choosing positivity. I am choosing grace. I know, once again, going back to this whole bodybuilding thing, not just me, but a lot of women, what we do is we begin to compare our bodies, and we begin to compare how much muscle someone has and how lean that other person. We're all made differently. I lost 30 pounds since October, but I do know somebody who lost 30 pounds in 1 month. But my journey is mine, theirs are theirs. This is not a competition against one another. The only person you're competing against is who you was yesterday. Because we're all striving to be a better version of self, right? So if no one has told you that you are needed, loved, and appreciated, I am telling you, you are loved, you are needed, and you are appreciated. And I'm even talking about those flaws. You may be looking at your flaws as something that's horrible, but I may see your flaws and think of it as a benefit. So be kind to yourself. We only get this one life. And this is just another way that we can exercise self-love if we just be kind and gentle and patient. So I just wanted to read that to you, and it's just a way for me to give you a little bit of me, and to give you a little bit of my heart, in hopes to motivate, encourage, and to uplift you. I want you to have a very awesome day. And let's pass this on. Let's find someone, three people that we can encourage today, outside of your family members, just 3 random people. So the next time you go to the Walmart or to the Kroger or to the Publix or wherever, let someone know, tell them they're beautiful. Or I love your hair, or I love the shoes or the sneakers that you have on. We need to be passing around more compliments than, sarcastic sayings and looking at each other sideways. We need to do better as a community. We need to do better as a society. Lord knows, we need it. We need it. It's imperative. So that's all from me today. I'm hoping to come back tomorrow with some more content, and just have a blessed one. And just know that I love you, and more than me, God loves you. And that's on period. You guys have a blessed rest of your day. I'll talk to you later.